Alrighty. The Hat One Miracle. So, what, is this some sort of an incident that actually happened? With Hat One? As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? I wonder how many times usually astronauts go into space. Yeah, by average, like a single, an astronaut. Can you be an astronaut and never actually go to space? I would assume so. That's right, it was a pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. It's kind of you guys riding like Russian rockets? Actually, I don't know if Russian rockets back in the day weren't that good. I mean, it's all propaganda, really. If the Soviet Union being behind, behind the USA, a lot of that was pretty much propaganda from both sides. To be fair, I actually just noticed that his suit is flashing once he, once he gets a little bit uncomfortable. The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought I was a goner. Only when you guys went down. Oh, now it was just flashing, so it lights up all the time. Oh. But I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer. Oh, so you're pretty much you were pretty much inside an oven. Holy, yeah, that's scary. No wonder they dubbed it the Hat One Miracle. It's a miracle you made it back. No wonder you're actually traumatized by that. Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. That's true. I think one of the most important things about the space age and the space discovery that, believe it or not, we're tiny in an ever-expanding universe. Definitely reflects a lot of beliefs that people have, which, even reflect it, and it's not like deflect it entirely, or probably even reinforce it, which is I think it's pretty important. It's pretty important. The darkness just goes on and on forever and ever and ever without end. There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come save me. I was all alone. All alone. With nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. What about the alarms? I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. Outer space. Yeah, that would make sense, actually. Being that traumatized after an experience like that. With the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission? What? No way. Of course not. Come on, dude. Even now, I want to go up into space so bad. I can barely stand it. Really? I don't think so. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity at escape velocity and spin around weightless. At escape velocity? What's What's an escape velocity? Like, is it a certain speed? But you have to admit it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid? I was afraid. Of course I was. Still am. But space is man's final frontier, an unknown world. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. You know, with all this talk about space discovery, we still have parts that's actually kind of impossible for us to traverse. Mainly the depths of seas, like in the depths of the oceans. I don't think it is possible for a man to just go down there. The fact that there's like at least if you want to get someone down there, you're gonna have to try and make some sort of a submarine that can resist that kind of the kind of pressure, high pressure down there, which is itself is scary. Probably, I don't know. Would I call it scarier than being trapped in space? Well, at least down there, you're sure to die because you're gonna immediately combust down there because of the high pressure. But up there, you're just gonna suffocate if things goes to worse, or in case of Solomon, they're gonna burn up inside while traversing the stratosphere, which is scary. But yeah, we still haven't fully discovered the Earth, especially the bottom of the seas. So maybe it's actually easier for us to explore space. That's it. Maybe that's it. But no, I think people are not that interested in exploring the depths of seas and oceans, mainly because we kind of know that most likely there's not gonna be anything very important and like life-changing and life-altering. But in space, there's a lot of promise up there. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. That was interesting. The victim, Clay Terran. He was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated... It wasn't a big exaggerated deal like Master and Apprentice or anything like that. But Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and the protege. What a combination they must have been. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go into space. But now... Clay must have been very encouraging, huh? Yeah. It's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine!" I always got the feeling everything really was gonna be just fine. You're fine? Apollo says I'm fine. And you're fine all of the time too. And I always feel encouraged too, whenever I hear him shout. Is that the truth? Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best buds. They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, ever since they were high school kids. Is that true? One day, out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much, they were like a part of the staff. One time during Zero-G training, I started to panic a little bit. And the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine!" over the radio. How the hell were they allowed to get into there? Shouldn't this facility be, like, I don't know, be restricted to most people? It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. So, I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? Word of encouragements. I wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now. Maybe we'll have the ability to go to the clinic and talk to Apollo later. Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder? Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. So my theory about them not being even inside the space, inside the rocket, isn't true? That's a shame. But he actually did climb down that ladder, so a way has to exist. I'm still gonna stick with the fact that I don't think they were up there. Unless there's, like, concrete evidence of that. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. But that prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half bad through barred windows. Nah, I think they're gonna suck. You're fine, Solomon Saul Starbuck. You're fine. Solomon Saul Starbuck is fine. Everything is going to be alright. Huh? And Athena Cykes is fine. Come on, Mr. Wright. You too. Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine. I can't hear you. Phoenix Wright is fine. Oh, she's happy. We'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence and have faith in us. Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll put my faith in you. And I vow to make it back into space. All I need first is a not guilty verdict. It sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine. Is that what it takes, really? I'll probably say that it actually takes more than that. Like, I think the best way to get yourself down from a situation is actually being active. Usually it's better to be even physical. Like, a lot of things, a lot of, like, I think people that are well, commonly depressed, they are not physically active. And I think that's a solution. Like something that physicians actually recommend. Be active all the time, and that's actually gonna fix it. And staying at, like, especially in that's why usually people that work for, you know, in cubicles from 9 to 5 jobs 6 times a week are the most depressed people, especially if they don't work out. In, you know, No, almost daily, which is pretty important. So yeah, stay active, you fools. Stay active as best as you can. Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started. Pronto. Good idea. Let's go. Yeah, and that is that for talking to Solomon Starbuck, viewers. Nothing really interesting from all of these. Although these dialogues, I like them. I like them a lot. No, we didn't get anything interesting from that, so... Next up, I guess we're gonna go to the Space Center. Heading to the entrance. Oh, that's a rocket engine to the left. December 19. Cosmos Space Center. Entrance. Wow, I was wondering what kind of place this Space Center would be. It almost looked like an amusement park of the future. Amusement park? What's that? Well, I guess it's because of the engine. Yeah, did you know they can let the public see their rockets up close? How close? Oh, so check it out. Look at how brightly the Gyaxa, I'm gonna call it Gyaxa. Oh, that's an A in the middle? I thought it was just GYXA. No, it's Gyaxa. Look at how brightly the Gyaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going. Gyaxa, huh? What does it stand for, I wonder? Gyaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program? It's like NASA. Yeah, but why the strange acronym? I mean, what is GYA supposed to stand for? Galaxy? What about the XA? If that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Where's the Y, though? Which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated the Gaxa, or even the Gaia. Gaia? That's not bad. Although Gaia is, I think, isn't Gaia usually means Earth? Gaia. Is Gaia Latin? Usually Gaia indicates that it's actually Earth. But is it actually Latin, or is it actually in, like, a more common language? From, like, a Spanish or French? I don't think so. I guess so. Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y. This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu. Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility. It's also a tourist attraction. Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race. Who said that? Galactic scooter, full speed ahead! Oh no, this guy is gonna be annoying. Whoa! Who the hell is this guy? Galactic scooter? Yikes! Who's this geezer and what's he, what does he want? Look upon me, and look well. Damn, that's a good-ass mustache. Behold the great power of space science. Pardon me, but you are? Ah, this is the director. My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. So is this guy the killer? I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center, the center of the cosmos. Center of the cosmos would be up there, not down here. Boss, that was pretty groan-inducing. If this person is the Space Center's director, then that means... So you were one of the first to discover Clay's body, weren't you? And who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm. Yeah, so he's just an old Kramer? Cosmo Kramer? Well, it's Cosmo Kramer, it's not Kramer Cosmos. They should have called him Kramer. Kramer Cosmos. Or Kramer Cosmo. That is correct. I was honored to be the very first man in all of space and time to discover the body. Honored? But this talk of the incident. Are you by any chance the space police? Space police. You can't tack the word space onto just any old thing, you know. Old thing? I mean, you're not that old. Phoenix, you're younger than me. Let me double check. Oh, I think he is, like, he's in, mid-30s. Yeah, he's younger than me. Feels bad, man. Feels old, man! We are Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate his case. Oh, and we're, Earth lawyers, by the way. Shut up, Athena. I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. That's pretty cool. I trust you appropriately grateful. Now, go ahead. Have at it. I trust you are appropriately grateful? I can already tell he's going to be nothing but trouble. Even though he proved otherwise? What? Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, okay? Alright. First thing first, viewers. Show him my badge. Excuse me, but about this piece of evidence, he's not gonna interact with my badge? Let me ask you a question. What will that object contribute to the future of mankind? What? Not much, I guess. Huh. Then how important could it be? Quite unlike the great historical figure, Yuri Cosmos. You're a historical figure? There's something, something historical about you, alright, old man. If he's any more self-absorbed, he'll turn into his very own black hole. Well, he's not gonna be the only self-absorbed character that we're gonna meet in this game, huh? So, yeah, we got introduced to Yuri Cosmos, supposedly the director of the Space Center. The director of the Space Center and one of the first people to discover the body. He seems exceedingly full of himself. He's not really. Not much, I mean. Not by much. What a shame, truly. Clay was so young. He was an astounding man who could have contributed greatly to the future of mankind. Reminds me of recent news. Of the voice actor of the character in The Last of Us. What was her name? You journey along with two characters, Joel, and the little chick and the older chick. And the voice actor for the older chick, yeah. I played The Last of Us in this channel, viewers, and it's and I don't remember anything about it. I think it's I gotta be honest. I think it's not a memorable game. people definitely loved it, but I thought it was okay. It was all right. Its own problems pretty much dragging it down, but I think it's all right. But yeah, that character is the voice actor for that character, which I forgot her name was. Her name was passed away recently. She was sick. I think she had cancer or something like that. Which sucks. I also noticed that this guy has a goddamn Mario star. What the hell? This is not a goddamn Nintendo game. Actually, this was kind of a Nintendo exclusive game. Hell, the series was a Nintendo exclusive for the longest of time, so I guess that makes sense that they had something that would probably represent Nintendo in some way. I guess that's a similar thing with the Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid had a PlayStation 1 console in the area where you meet Otacon for the first time, which is pretty neat. He was an outstanding man who could have contributed greatly to the future of mankind. He was an exceptional man, wasn't he? If he had gone into space, my reputation would have grown even loftier. Well, I guess he is kind of full of himself. Why did he have to die before he went into space? Someone needs to teach him. He is not the literal center of the cosmos. Yeah, for some reason the utility knife takes us back to the dialogue about Clay. Excuse me! Nothing about this as well. And nothing about the oxygen tank. Well, I guess that's that for these, I guess. Yuri Cosmos. So, as director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically? Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. And this country being what, Japan or the US? No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going. For the sake of mankind. Alright, you're Unit 69. I believe I used to work specifically. I believe I used the word specifically in my question. What the hell? Oh, that's a phone on your goddamn scooter? Attention all personnel. Tour break stations. Prepare for break. Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner. That is exactly right. Because I am an important man. My manner is important. Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm. Well, there's bound to be some people like that. Here in the boundlessness of space. What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me important specifically? Pretty much. Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat 1 project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now, go ahead, have at it. I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it, specifically. So I guess we really didn't get anything useful from that, huh? About the bombing. Could you tell us what you know about the incidents from the other day? Well, I guess we know that he was involved in the Hat One project, which I guess that goes without saying, right? That goes without saying. I refuse. What the? I thought you were cooperative here. What? Explaining is a job for common folk, not the director of the Center of the Cosmos. I beg to differ. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom. Interesting. What, so does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow? That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind. I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about. Looks like Director Cosmos is a type that only talks about what he wants to talk about. I like to hear his own voice. Then let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. And you think he's gonna open up about the Hat One project? I mean, might as well. The Hat One was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home. I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. Wow. Very well, I will impart to you the complete story of the Hat One project. Thank you very much. Hat One's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid. And Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Hat One reached its planned orbit. From where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. An asteroid belt? Where is that? From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat One returned safely to Earth. The struggle was when the incident known as Hat One Miracle occurred, right? Correct. And it truly was a miracle. Of course, they just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago. Like, it took it 7 years to actually get back? Is that what you're trying to say? So what kind of samples are they? Or are you saying that a few days after the launch? So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. So, oh, okay, so they just actually arrived. So it must have been way, way far into space. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. I wonder if that's gonna have something to do with the incident altogether. Regrettably, we've had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that has occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of the other countries by several years. That's quite impressive. I guess this guy isn't just a loudmouth Braggart? Braggart? That's a word? He isn't just a loudmouth braggart, after all. In the golden age of space development, back when Soviet Union used to launch the dogs and monkeys, and probably donkeys as well, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in the history of the Space Center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential. A moon rock, huh? I remember that being big. Our endeavors with the moon rock lives on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission, as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos. I hear there's a lot of research into moon rockets and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there. I don't think that will ever be the case, at least in in real life. Not anymore. Not anymore. The thing that was pushing the space race is the idea that someone, it's either the US or the Soviet Union, could probably have an early position of conquering the moon and starting launching missiles from up there. And yeah, that's what people used to think back in the day. Believe it or not, viewers. What? Bite your tongue! It's not for anything so base as money or politics. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind, and all for my illustrious mission. With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight, but I won't hear it. Yeah, just close your ears. You're not gonna hear it. I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena. Huh? Oh, well, I thought I'd better brush up for the case. Is that true? Is that so? Well, I'll be on my way. As you can see, I am a very busy man. I am very busy and very important man. Galactic Scooter. Fire up the main engine. Max battle speed. And engage! That thing is surprisingly fast. I guess we'd better get going too. You bet. Let's make it so. I don't know, I guess that was that for this section. Interesting character. It's hard to say if he actually might be the one that did it. He still is a suspect, though. He is a suspect. He is definitely probably the main suspect as well, so far. Alrighty. Yeah, don't look at the clock here, viewers. Let's a weekend, viewers, and I was supposed to be asleep. Like, usually this is where I get a lot of sleep, especially in the weekend. This is the first day in the weekend. I don't have anything to do. Tomorrow. Which is technically today. And I just woke up and couldn't sleep again. I thought I might as well just play something That's gotta be chill and funny. Yeah, I didn't present anything to you, I think. My badge is starting to look pretty good on me, don't you think? It suits you well. Damn, she got the hots for Phoenix. I'm starting to feel like it gives me more dignity and presence too. Dignity. I think she might be expecting a little too much from one tiny little badge. I mean, she's 18 and she has a job. I would understand her enthusiasm. Probably doing something that she loves. Alright, let's see. I'm getting the sense. The sense? The sense that you are perplexed by this piece of evidence. Oh, well, I guess that's right. You see, even the simple act of presenting evidence reveals your underlying emotions. I always tell myself I should be really better in reading people. Kind of my job rely on it, really. I guess I'd better be careful when I present evidence then. Probably might read books about it. Although, do books that can carry you? I don't know. Especially in this complicated thing. I might as well. Might as well. So this is gonna be the repeated dialogue. Yeah, she probably won't have anything interesting to say about any of these. But might as well just double check. Right? Yeah, I was about to actually talk about something, but since I noticed that, that's gonna be it. No reason. No reason to start a conversation here. Like to fill up the empty air, or the empty silence here. But, yeah, might as well keep it for later, because, I don't know. We might actually run into something like that. I don't know if we're gonna be meeting, other characters, though. Okay, are we gonna actually meet more characters? I assume that maybe we should, even. I don't know. What to do? Athena Cykes is fine. Huh? What was that about? She's training her cords of steel. I thought I'd better get fired up twice as much to make up for Apollo being gone. Yeah, he's dead. Rest in peace. For starters, I thought I'd imitate him. So you were doing a voice workout, huh? Yep. You have to push your voice up from the pit of your stomach. Hold it! There's a contradiction in the witness statement. You're really serious about this. Objection! You're lying. The true culprit is the judge. Yep. The judge did it. The judge did it. It's been him all along. What an amazing twist that would be. What an amazing twist that would be. Imagine if the judge actually going to be, he's the one that's gonna, do something about this dark side of the law. Because he's seeing all of this and he's just gonna snap. Imagine if that's gonna happen. What Then who's going to hand down the verdict? Oh, I didn't think of that. Any ideas? I guess see they can just bring anyone else. So, what do you think we should do next? Oh, that's right. What is it, Athena? I just remembered I forgot to go running today. I was so taken up with what happened to Apollo, it slipped my mind. That wasn't what I was asking. Yeah, none of these, are giving me any good information, really, so might as well just move along. Alright, we have access to the boarding lounge, so let's go ahead and check that area. What the hell is that?